go.
Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League, mate. Next up, the A grade. We'll just have a run through the A grade this week. We won't go too deep in anything else. Just due to the fact it's sort of a general bye this weekend, but there are a few games. So Fingal Bay 10 were defeated by Stockton 34. Mate, Bauer Brothers show. Des Bauer a double, Daniel Bauer a try. Mate, it's all happening over there. The former Waratah and May East, league and union players.
Cult heroes, mate. Cult heroes, but they're obviously doing
some
wonders.
Passionate players, weren't they?
They certainly were, mate, and they're doing wonders for Stockton, mate, and got another solid win under their belts, mate, and it was away from home, so that'll be even more confidence.
That it was, mate. It would have been a nice trip back from downtown Fingal Bay. Next up, Belmont South 26 defeated Qatar 24. Chris Jones, a hat-trick in Qatar's losing effort there, but Cade Snowden and crew, they march on, mate. That sees them creep into third place with other results.
Muzz will be very upset, mate.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed, mate, but I think Qatar is looking all right for the finals, so, mate, I think they'll be pretty happy that they, Belmont South are probably the pre-season favourites. They won the Challenge Cup, and they'll be certainly happy with that. Next up, mate, Dora Creek 38 defeated Shortland 18. The half-time score, Shortland 18, Dora Creek 0.
You're right.
So, Dora Creek with a blitz in the second half down there at Neville Thompson Oval, which I did get...
Best ground ever.
Yeah, mate. She was the winner of last month's ground of the month, as we said. And
did she get a free hour mow by Matthews?
She.
It's a she, he. You said she.
No, I didn't say she, mate. You need to get with the program. I don't think you listen. Bloke's name is Rod Gibson. He sent me a message. He did say that it's taken a bit of a toll, the frost that we've had the last few weeks, or the last week and a half, and it feels not as good as it was. But, he reckons a bit of rain, and it'll be back in no time. Beautiful Neville Thompson Oval.
Not as bad as the frost that's hit Marcellin recently. I don't know if
mate, I know exactly.
Brown.
Yeah, maybe a lot like
that'll be a nomination for the.
Be a lot like my ground at my grass at Head and Greeter, I would have thought. But mate, final match of the round, Cardiff. Mate, they continued on with another win, 30-28 over Raymond Terrace. Sees them pull level with Fingal Bay at the bottom of the ladder, mate. The Cobras, they're on the march. They've probably left it a bit late.
They reversed their season, mate. They've left it too late, but no, good on them. Good win, I suppose. So.
The exciting thing is, mate, if you have a look, I've got in front of us here the draw for the rest of the season. The final round of the year, they play each other. So it could genuinely be a wooden spoon battle. Could have wooden spoon bowl.
At least it's got meaning, not like the one in the Group 21.
Yeah, mate, we can't match fix just to get a result.
Oh, no, that's right. If Troy's boys pull their socks up, mate.
But let's have a look, mate. Stockton, they lead the A grade there on 18 points. Shortland on 16. Belmont South and Dora Creek both on 14. They do have a game in hand, though, so one of them will go to 16, and due to 4 and against will go over Shortland. Katara, they're on 10. Raymond Terrace, 8. They haven't been in the greatest form lately, so they're really going to need to pull their finger out. Fingal and Cardiff both on 6. I just can't see either of them sneaking in. They need to win all 3 games with where their 4 and against is. I mean, even looking at Fingal Bay, they're sitting, a 4 and against of 91 points difference. And poor old Cardiff, they've got a 4 and against difference of 145 to Katara. So they'd need to, they play against each other, and they'd need to probably beat them by 30 to get home. So I can't see either of those guys sneaking in. Raymond Terrace have still got a faint hope, especially considering the week after the bye they will play Katara, but they've also got Stockton and Shortland on the way home. Mate, Stockton, they're sitting in the box seat. They play Raymond Terrace and Katara, who are both, on the edge of that top 5 in the last 2 rounds, and would probably be expecting to get 2 wins there. And they've got Belmont South down at Belmont South next up, which is probably the big test for them.
Yeah, mate, that's right. Who are you picking, mate, for the minor premiership?
Having a look at the draw at the moment, mate, a week ago I would have said Shortland, but after they've been beaten by Dora Creek, they do have Fingal and Raymond Terrace on the way home, so they should chalk 2 wins and get to 20. Stockton will be counting on a win against Raymond Terrace 20, and there's an interesting... Their last home game for some reason on the draw is showing up as being played at Dudley Oval, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Not sure if that's a hangover from when Dudley was in the draw or just a bit of a technical glitch, as we know there's a couple on the site. But yeah, I'd expect that they'll probably beat Katara. I think Belmont South might get them, but I just can't see. Belmont South have got a really tough run home. Even with that game in hand, they'd need to win, well, essentially all 4 of those games against, and they play Dora Creek twice, Shortland and Stockton, so they play the other top 4 sides across their last 4 games. They do have 3 of those at home, though, but I expect, looking at what we've got there, Stockton will finish minor premiers on 22. Shortland will finish second on 20. Actually, no, sorry. I will have Belmont South finishing second on 20. Shortland will finish third on 20 with an inferior for and against. Dora Creek will finish on 18 points. Katara will finish on 12. Raymond Terrace will finish on 10. Fingal Bay will finish on 8. And Cardiff will finish on 6. I don't think they'll win another game. So I don't know that the ladder will change drastically. Belmont South will probably go into second. Again, they don't have home grounds for the finals. They generally play more at common venues like Lakeside or St John. So I think the first week of the finals we'll see Belmont South play Shortland, Dora Creek play Katara, and Stockton will have the week off.
A week off, mate.
So yeah, so I think the boost of those points that they brought with them from B grade will be the difference. On to this week's games, mate. There's only 3 matches. The first one, A grade, Belmont South, Dora Creek, Friday night, Bar TV, Lenigan Oval. Get down there if you can. 6:30 Friday night. It's a little bit early, but it will be cast on Bar TV. I think it might only be the first or second A grade game of the year that's been on there. There's been a lot of B grade they've been doing on the Friday night games, but there's games every day of the weekend with catch-up games to be played. B grade on Saturday, Woodbury versus Wallsend Maryland, first versus second up at Fred Harvey Oval there, mate. That'll be an absolute cracker. It's also Woodbury's Old Boys Day. So that will be an absolute bumper clash. And the final match of the round, C grade, Dungog versus Swansea, Sunday, 2 o'clock at Bennett Park. Mate, that promises Dungog. They've been struggling, but I'm hearing they're G'd right up for this one. And a quick mention, mate, the Windale boys, Matty Garrick and Drew Buxton, they've given me some grief on Facebook about tipping East Maitland last week. East Maitland weren't undefeated going into the game. Windale put on a clinic over East Maitland. 44-10 they beat them. So big shout out to the boys from the Eagles. I did pull on the boots for a couple of games with those boys back in, test the memory now, 2008. After I finished up the season with Lakes, they were our feeder club, and good bunch of boys out there. They all love their footy and love a drink, mate, and hopefully see a lot of those boys going deep into the competition, and might see a Windale versus East Maitland grand final. I wouldn't be surprised. Boys from Windale will be full of confidence as they head into the back end of the season.
Is reading with a bit of interest, mate. Is Aberglasslyn there in the C grade?
Yes, that's correct, mate.
I was going through their team list, mate, and I discovered that one of my cousins plays for Aberglasslyn. I didn't know that, but shout out to Ricky Balcom, mate.
Ricky Balcom's your cousin.
He is
there
one
you
of
go.
my cousins.
Mate, great ally, acquaintance of the show, as you might like to call him. Shane Tapper is a Aberglasslyn legend. I think Tap's about 74 with a receding hairline that's halfway down his back, and wears about, I'm going to estimate about 6 to 7 rolls of strapping tape. Coach Mick Akers might be able to confirm exactly how much it is, but yeah, the old warhorse is a bit past his prime, but it doesn't stop him. He's a firebrand. He took out the whistle for a bit, and now he's gone back to just beating up blokes in the front row. So there's a good bunch out there at Aberglasslyn as well, and they'll be right in that mix with those two sides. It's a fairly open competition, but we'll probably have a bit more of a look as we head into that general bye next weekend, off the back of the general bye next weekend.